What's up everybody and welcome back to Altknots. Welcome to the Yarn Dungeon here. If this is your first time in the Yarn Dungeon though, welcome. If Halloween is your life and you love to crochet and talk about yarn and horror movies, all that wrapped up in one, that's the Ghoul Squad. Subscribe and hit that notification bell. You definitely want to be a part of this. So Plarn. I personally enjoy working with Plarn. If you have no idea what Plarn is though, it's literally just plastic converted into yarn. So all those plastic bags, if you have them laying around your house or you know someone that has a ton of plastic bags, this is the perfect opportunity to go ahead and repurpose those, give them new life, and make something really killer in the process. So I have a stack of Hot Topic bags here, and on the back of it, I was noticing that it says, "Don't lose me, reuse me," also 100% recyclable. I figured this would be amazing to actually make into Plarn. One, because it's already the color that I like most of my yarn to be. It's either gonna be gray or black, perfect. And two, it all is very like kind of shiny, and I feel like it's gonna be really easy to cut through. Some of the bags that I've cut through in the past, they're really difficult because they're either too thin or too wrinkly, and it kind of just is a little more difficult than it really needs to be. But I have these all folded up relatively nicely, so I feel like this is gonna go ahead and work up rather quick. Also, the fact that it does have a handle in here, but I am planning on using all of this. Like, I'm gonna make this entire stack into as many balls of Plarn as I can, using everything, because the bottom goes ahead and folds out like that. So basically it's just this giant square, and so I'm not gonna have to have a lot of different ends put together, which is gonna be amazing. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. I am gonna create Plarn from Hot Topic bags. What am I gonna do with this after I'm done making it? I don't know. Future Kayla probably knows, and if you're watching this, you've probably seen it in the thumbnail of what I actually turned this into, so yay for her for knowing what we're gonna make here. The really cool thing about this is it's really easy to make. So all I'm gonna need is this plastic bags here and a really sharp pair of scissors. Also probably a ruler, because I'm gonna go ahead and maybe do like a 1/4 inch. That's kind of what I want it to be. I don't want it to be super thin, but I also don't want it to be super chunky, since I want to create it into a garment. So if you want to go ahead and create some Plarn along with me, or you're like, this sounds cool, I want to get in on this, grab some liquid caffeine here, those materials, and let's make some Plarn. So here I have one of the small bags, and I am gonna go ahead and make some cuts in here with my really sharp pair of scissors. I'm gonna need a marker as well, I forgot to mention that, and a tape measure, and also some sort of straight edge. First off, I'm gonna go ahead and cut right along this side to open up this entire bag. Then I'm just gonna cut once more this part away. I don't wanna cut it so it's in a million pieces, so I'm just gonna cut along this edge. So right where it folds, I'm gonna cut that. Perfect, so it just kind of opens it up a little more. Whoop, there we go. There, perfect. Now, the only thing I need to do is cut this all the way down and then open this part up. Perfect, so now you can see I have this entire surface space that I'm gonna work with. I'm gonna go ahead and get my ruler out, and I'm gonna cut in a zigzag form, or like a snake kind of on the bag. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna measure out maybe a 1/4 inch. That's probably where I wanna go. Once again, changing my mind, I'm gonna do 1 inch here. So over here, just gonna place this. So 1 inch from the edge of the bag, and I'm just gonna go ahead and place a little line right there. And that is because I am gonna cut all along here until I get to this little notch that I've made, and I'm not gonna cut through that. That is how we're gonna have one long strand for this entire place. Draw the line, which goes all the way through there. I'm gonna do a cut real quick here so I can just start going on all the rest of my bags, just so you know how the cut is actually gonna work and play here. So as you can see, these scissors are freaking glorious. So cut all the way down and then stop right there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and switch this around so I can cut from the other angle and make that continual strand. Then I'm gonna cut this side. Perfect. Okay, so as you can see, it's going to be one strand. So all of this like this. So I'm gonna keep doing this all the way through all of these plastic bags. And yeah, when I'm done, I'm gonna roll it up. So I'm just gonna keep going and stop talking. So there we go. Okay, so I have a couple of bags left still to cut up, but honestly, it looks like I have a ton right now, so I don't know that I'm actually gonna need it. Also, I do want to stress the fact that it is important to actually attach your ends together as you're going, and here's why. I would never be able to find the ends again. This is just, I just have a huge pile of this just laying on the ground. So I have the end that I'm starting with, and I'm gonna go ahead and just like start winding this up. I thought about doing it on my actual yarn winder, but I think I'm just gonna go ahead and like wrap it around my fingers. I feel like it's gonna help it out a little bit and actually, yeah, like start to form it into actual yarn. I'm just gonna wind all of this up here and yeah, so I can actually get started in my project. Okay, so here is the first ball of Plarn. I guess it's a ball. It's not really a skein or anything like that. So I think I'm gonna try to do a sweater vest. Like just a cute little one. I haven't decided if I want it to be crop top yet. When I actually just started cutting it up like this, the inside did look gray, but now it's looking white. Like it looks like black and white Plarn. And I'm kind of here for it. So I'm thinking like a Beetlejuice looking type of sweater vest here. I don't know. I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on it though. So I'm going pretty fast now. The issue that I was having is as I was like going along, my Plarn kept breaking on me. I was using too small of a hook. So I wanted it to be a 5.5 millimeter. Yeah, that was not happening. I should have stuck to my idea of using a 1/4 inch. An inch is just like too big, like obviously you can see it. I just thought it was gonna get squished down a lot more than it did. So I moved all the way up to a 9 millimeter hook. So this bad boy is what I'm using now. Also, this was kind of just one of those ideas that I had in my head and I was like, okay, let's just go. Let's just try it. Let's not do any research. Let's just try it because I want to do it today. So for just kind of being like thrown on a whim, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. Okay, real quick, I think that I'm kind of done with the back front panels. You're just gonna have to imagine it at this moment in time because I don't have it attached together. So here is the back panel, here is the front 2 panels. I did like the little taper right there, and then it's gonna be a cute little crop top made of Plarn, I guess. Yeah, I did have to completely frog this project once over, and fun fact about that, Plarn can actually be frogged. I did not think it was a thing, but it actually can do that. Does it want to be frogged? Absolutely not. Is it terrible, horrible? Do I not wish it upon my worst enemies? Yeah, it is terrible. It was so slow going. I mean, I'm just asking this plastic to be and do something that it is not. Now I need to figure out how to actually assemble all of these parts together. And I don't know if a yarn needle is gonna work. It just seems like it's gonna be a little too aggressive for it. I might just end up doing like single crochet. I mean, the edges are crazy. There's nothing I can do about that because it is Plarn. Plarn is a little bit crazy anyways. So I might end up, I'm gonna try it with a yarn needle. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna do single crochet to attach it all together. That's what I'm gonna do. So I did actually try to go ahead and do a single crochet around it because I thought it might work. The Plarn was kind of big and chunky anyways, but no, it was too big, too bulky. I didn't like it. So instead I did get my yarn needle and threaded a piece of Plarn through it, and that actually worked. So I did a mattress stitch up the sides like I would normally do with yarn there.
but I did have to use a lot smaller piece of Plarn because, as you can see, the look of frustration right there, it kept breaking on me. So obviously I was pulling too hard, being too aggressive with it, but anyways, I learned very quickly. So I used about 5 inches as I was working my way up the sides, and then just on the top there, it only took about 4 or 5 stitches. So that was maybe an inch, inch and a half, but otherwise it worked really, really well.
So here is the finished object, and I'm in love with it. I need to do a spin here for you, see the opposite side. This project did take a little while, but I feel like I just don't use Plarn that often. I don't use it, I don't make it, I was rusty. That's basically what I was. I was rusty, I hadn't used it in a while, I didn't really know how it moved, how it flowed, and so I was doing that and actually creating the pattern and not really know 100% where I wanted to go with my pattern. So there was some frogging that was involved, so I just, like, all of that together, it just ended up kind of like bogging down my whole process here. But I feel like if I wanted to go ahead and make this again whenever I have more bags, because I successfully used all but 1/2 of a bag. That's pretty cool because that's what I was going for. If it ever comes up again, I want to do it, I feel like I'll be able to fly through it really, really quick next time. I just was trying to do too many different processes all at the same time, but whatever. We ended up with this amazing little vest that I can wear, I don't know, but someday, eventually, I'm gonna be able to wear this out and rock it, and like, I don't know. It's gonna get out in the world eventually. If only on my socials, that's fine. I'll probably just rock it around the yarn dungeon for the rest of the day if I'm being super honest. All right, you guys, but that is it for today. So let me know in the comments down below, are you excited? Are you into Plarn? Do you already use it? Are you gonna get into it? Are you gonna make this vest? Do you have something in mind? Let me know all the things down below in the comments. But that's it for today, so thank you so much for hanging out here in the Yarn Dungeon, and I will see you in my next video.